Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Darren, and today I'll be discussing the issue that a lot of people have brought up within PvP community. PvPers might have to raid in Legion in order to get better upgrades for artifact weapons. So artifact weapon is going to be a weapon that levels with you. Instead of leveling your character, you level the weapon, and the weapon will unlock you different abilities, passives that help you play your character the way you want to play. So there will be multiple variations of how people play their characters depending on how they build their weapon. The weapon is customizable to how you want it to look, and so it's, it serves a transmog problem, and the way you play and the way you level your character is going to be all about the weapon. So now that we got that out of the way, PvPers are afraid that Blizzard might make everybody in the game be forced to do a raid, be it LFR, normal, whatever, in order to get better upgrades for the weapon. There's not going to be weapon drops in Legion, but there's going to be, I think, artifacts that you can apply to your weapon, or some kind of augments in order to make your weapon better. Give it, extra power so you can level it up a bit more, maybe make your weapon faster, hit harder, give it some kind of a proc. So you'll be rewarded for doing PvE content, anything from raids on a boss to completing a long chain of quests, to completing a bunch of reputation grinds. You're going to have a lot of the PvE elements in the game that will be used in order for you to level up your weapon. Now, I feel no problem with this whatsoever. If you're playing the game, even though I do mostly PvP content on the channel, which is what I like, I still do dip my toes into PvE whenever I feel like once in a while. I've been doing it for the longest time in LFR. I've been checking out the raids, I've been even learning some of the raids, and I have been in PvE raid guilds while making my PvP videos. While I do focus on PvP, I do check out all aspects of the game, and I even checked out pet battles before. They're kind of fun. I have a couple of level 25 pets, but nothing serious there. But there's a lot more to the game, to the World of Warcraft. It's not all about raids and not all about PvP. For the longest time, WoW has been all about raiding. So I guess we should be happy, first of all, that we have this PvP system that's getting redone in Legion. So I'm happy about that 100%. Second thing is, if they are going to be almost like, I guess, quote-unquote, forcing people to do a raid, I have no problem with it. If you do want to get a better weapon, or you do want to get better, get better rewards overall, I'm used to the idea that if you do better and you take the extra time to work on it, do what you need, do what you can in order to get ahead of the curve, you get rewarded for it. And I'm completely hands down with the idea. I've been kind of used to it in PvP. I haven't had the crazy rewards that other people have had, but if somebody camps out a rare mob that spawns every 4 days and they get it, I feel like they should be rewarded for it, for the dedication. If somebody achieves a certain rating in PvP, and then they were able to get that rating specific gear, like what I have on my rogue, the Crimson Primal pieces, with the kunai daggers that shoot out of the shoulders. If you're better than others at the game, if you get a certain rating, because you're better at the game, you get rewarded for it. And if you put in more time, put in the effort to climb the rating, to get to the place where you want to be at, and you're rewarded for it, I think it's a completely just idea. Even something as simple as the mounts that I have all the vicious mounts, but that's because of PvP so often, it's so easy to get. That one doesn't even require a rating, it just requires 100 wins in 3v3 and 40 wins in RBGs. And I have every single one of them because I put in the time. There are some people out there that come to my stream, come to videos, and they're like, man, I wish I could get the Vicious War Saber. Or, actually that's the only one. I was gonna say Mechanist Strider or the Goat mount, but not many people dig that, but the War Saber was not what some people want. And I'm completely fine with the idea that if you put extra effort and you try to be better at a certain specific task, objective, or whatever, than someone else, and you are better at it, you're rewarded for it, and I feel like it's completely fine. So if I am going to be almost quote-unquote forced to do a raid to get better at everybody else in PvP, I am going to run that raid so I can dominate people in PvP. I'll run that raid on Heroic to get better gear and better opportunity to be better than other people in player versus player combat. I'm going to take the steps in order to get ahead of the curve. I have no problem with it whatsoever. If that is something that's going to be required of the game, first of all, it's my character, my story, and I'm going to check out the raid either way. There's going to be a story, there's going to be the questing, there's going to be zones, exploration, and all these things that come in with the game. I'm definitely going to be checking them out either way. So it's going to be kind of on the way for me. It's going to be there. And if I'm going to be sightseeing all over the place, checking out the dungeons, the raids, and everything, I am pretty much going to be able to accomplish the goal that is almost a quote-unquote required when I'm willingly doing it as is. I am going to be checking out every part of the game, so while I'm on the way doing that, while I'm sightseeing, I am going to get that quest done, if needed. I am going to get ahead of the curve. I have no problem with doing that whatsoever. That is going to separate some players completely, but I feel like you should be, if you put extra effort than others, you deserve the rewards out of it. I am completely fine with it. I have no objections to that whatsoever. I'm completely down with the idea. If you do have an issue with it, I'm pretty sure, with enough complaints, Blizzard can revert the change and make it happen in a different, more casual way, where a lot more people can, get the rewards that they need, be subscribed for a month or two, be like, okay, well, I've seen just about everything, got my weapon, and then get out. Completely fine. But I feel like the more Blizzard puts in those barriers of, if you're better at something than others, if you put more effort into it, if you put more time into it, get rewarded for it, I'm completely fine with it. If it's simply the issue of, whether it's casual or, casual players don't want to put the effort in, I feel like it's just unjustifiable. You should put the effort in for the things you want, and I am going to put the effort in for things I want. So that's the way I look at it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. My final conclusion, if you got confused with all the rambling, is I feel if you put the effort into it to be better, to get ahead of the curve, I'm completely fine with the idea. I am used to the idea, and I think it's a good idea. It's a decent idea. I have no problem with it whatsoever. So what you guys think? Leave me in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.